Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube page, where I'm always breaking down the hot sports topics of the day. So be sure to subscribe to my page here on YouTube to get all of my daily sports talk videos delivered directly to your inbox. Thought I'd take some time today to discuss the Indians signing Nick Swisher to a 4-year, $56 million contract. This contract also has a $14 million vested option for a year 5, so it could bring the total value of the contract to $70 million. A lot of different ways to look at this move from a Yankees point of view. If you remember back, the Yankees acquired Nick Swisher via a trade for Wilson Betterment back in 2009 with the White Sox. Nick Swisher was attributed early on with being a pretty key cog in that 2009 World Series team for the Yankees. He continued to have solid regular seasons in his 4 seasons with the Yankees, although his performance came up a bit short in the playoffs every year outside of 2009. So I think while he was a fan favorite, I think in the Yankees' eyes, what made him expendable was his lack of postseason production. I can't say personally I agree with not re-signing Swisher, especially at the money that he ended up re-signing for. 4 years, $56 million for the kind of production that he gives you, and he has given the Yankees, and it's proven he could do it in New York. I think that maybe the Yankees should have been a little bit more involved in the signing of Swisher. I don't think they should have just pretty much it seemed early on that they didn't really make that big of an effort to re-sign him. They have Granderson coming back next year in the outfield. They re-signed Ichiro, and I guess now you're looking right now, unless they make any more pickups, of Brett Gardner sort of sliding into that void that Swisher left in the outfield. And I don't see at all how a Brett Gardner, or even a Brett Gardner and a power hitting bat platoon possibly, replaces Nick Swisher in the production he gave you. I think that going forward, what this does is, for next year, it puts a lot of pressure on Granderson, and it puts a lot of pressure on Teixeira, and most notably Teixeira, to raise his game. Because, a guy like Swisher hitting his 25, 30 home runs a year, that's now gone. And I don't think, and his high on base percentage is now gone. And I'm not sure they can easily replace that. Their starting pitching staff hasn't got any better, in my opinion, and now their everyday lineup has taken a step back. The Yankees, as we see now, by evidence of this move and some other moves they've made, are totally committed to staying under that 189 or trying to get down to that $189 million threshold here to avoid the luxury cap tax. This is a move that definitely shows their commitment to that. We'll see how they handle the potential re-signing of Granderson next year. If you think about it, if they balked at the opportunity to sign Swisher to a 4-year, $56 million contract, they weren't willing to do that. Why are they going to be willing to give Granderson? I would assume Granderson would command at least a $75, $80 million contract, at least, seeing that B.J. Upton got a $75 million contract, and I think Curtis Granderson's certainly a better player than him. So will the Yankees go in that direction next year again and not re-sign Granderson? Do they have a grand plan? Is there certain free agents down the line that they want to sign? Or are they just totally committed to just shaving a little bit of payroll? I'm not sure I buy that the Yankees are going to totally stop signing big price free agents, as has been hinted to. I just think maybe in Cashman's eyes, there's been no one there warranting that big money contract. He certainly didn't think Swisher was worth, the $55-60 million it would have taken to get him back. From the outside looking in, I think Swisher was a pretty vital part to this team. I think he was a guy who was liked. I think he was a guy who performed in a regular season in New York. I'm not one who bases everything on postseason performance, because I think that's so subjective to pitching matchups, to a guy having 3 or 4 bad days equates to a bad series, which happens several times throughout the year. So I don't agree with the move. I like the move for the Indians. I know the Indians are by no means going to win next year, or will probably win the year after. I think it gives them a good guy, though. So he's a hometown guy. He's from Ohio. He's going back home. I think the Indian fans, Swisher's one of those guys. He's always on those most disliked players lists. I think he's one of those guys where you don't like him unless he's on your team. I think the Indians fans will warm up to him. I think he'll hit you the 25, 30 home runs a year, high on base percentage, maybe a little bit iffy in the outfield. I think he'll be the same player for the Indians, and I think it'll be a good signing to kind of for him to kind of take some pressure off the younger players. He'll probably be the guy talking to the media after the game. He'll help with the veteran leadership aspect with Terry Francona kind of working with him to making sure these guys are doing things the exact way Francona wants them to do it. I think he'll be a good pickup from that point of view. But again, Nick Swisher signs with the Indians 4 years, $56 million, with a vested option for $14 million. That could bring the contract up to $70 million. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think the Yankees should have re-signed Swisher? If so, how much do you think they should have been willing to pay him? Or do you agree with the Yankees move and not bringing back Swisher and going into next year right now with an outfield of Granderson, Ichiro, and Gardner? Let me know what you think as always, and I'm on Twitter as well, @SNewsAnalysis. Thanks, guys.